Hello YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing something pretty cool. We're doing a tier list of all of the original Donkey Kong Trilogy bosses. Now I couldn't find a tier list that has all of these bosses in one group, so I'm just going to be going through each of the game's tier lists respectively. I think I'll just start left to right, simple enough. This is Dum Drum. Dum Drum. Dum Drum is a boss. If I'm honest, I think Dum Drum, I don't know. I'm so torn on Dum Drum. I think it's such a cool concept. And yeah, it's a cool concept. But in execution, it's really frustrating, especially when, Donkey Kong dies and you can't kill some of the enemies that Dum Drum spawns. It's fun, challenging. I'll just put it in B. Good middle ground. King K. Rool. Honestly, I don't like the King K. Rool boss fight from this game. It's so... Oh, what is the word for it? It's frustrating, and at the same time, it's tough. I guess that's kind of the point. It's a final boss. It's a tough boss fight, but I don't find myself enjoying it. Some tough boss fights are, they're pretty fun. This one, I just find to be very irritating. You have to really time the patterns and learn every single one of those moves and try the boss fight just again and again and again until you have it. Yeah, I think it's not the best K. Rool fight, not by a long shot. Neki Sr. I remember Neki Sr. being incredibly frustrating. I don't know if that's just because he's harder to hit, takes more hits, is just more effective with the nuts he shoots. I think I'll go C tier. The final two bosses of this game, of the first Donkey Kong Country, are just not my favorite. Neki Original, I'd say he's pretty solid. He's easy enough, but he does present a slight challenge, a definite step up from the first boss of the game. He's good. He's good. This boss fight, the B boss fight, I love how I know the name. It is... I actually fought this boss literally yesterday because I'm playing through the game again. And it's a good one. I like this boss fight. I think that deserves an A tier. This boss fight, probably a B tier. I can't remember which iteration of Naughty he is, but he's definitely more fun than his original counterpart. He does various leaps, and trying to time your leaps so that way you actually land on his back and don't hit his side and just fall down is kind of interesting. It's just kind of a simple and yet somewhat challenging boss fight. This, just the worst boss fight. So boring, even for a first boss. Just not very interesting overall. So, that is the first game. Let's go find ourselves the second game. Okay, this game is a game that I have not fought every boss yet in. Unfortunately, I have not fought whatever this guy is, and I've not fought Clubba. I swear there should be more here. Am I missing something? I don't know. I like K. Rool's boss fight. It's a huge step up from the previous game. Huge step up. I feel like I fought this guy. No, I haven't. This is the guy I have not fought. Wait, I have an idea. Let's add... How do I do this? Add a row below. Yes, this will be not fought tier. I still haven't played the entirety of Donkey Kong Country 2 yet, so you go here. Did I just replace... I just replaced the D tier. This is the F tier. It's the F tier. You go here, which is the not fought tier. Okay, there we go. Sorry, now that we've gotten that all arranged. The B boss fight from this one, I hate this boss fight with a passion. Squawks is so hard to control, and the B does not help whatsoever. Annoying boss fight. The sword boss fight, I love this boss fight to death. I don't know why. It's so fun. the sword coming out of the lava to hit you, jumping across the hooks and trying to dodge him. It's a fun boss fight. It's an original boss fight. It's one that I can really get behind. I wish they had more fights like this. This is like the epitome of a good boss fight. The Ghost Crow. Oh. I remember not hating this one. I think it's pretty good. It's just not that. It's not like great. It's just kind of there. And it's the same thing with the original Crow boss fight. Kind of good. Clubba. Well, it's not actually Clubba. Whatever it's actually called. I remember being frustrated with this boss fight, but not in a bad way. I'd say the bosses of this game were significantly better in almost every respect than the previous game. Like, they're just really good boss fights overall. They're solid, they're original. I think they're just pretty good boss fights. Okay, so let's jump on over to the game that I recently just beat. Not 105%, just... Wait, reset? What did I do? Okay, let's relabel this the F tier. And this, let's see, let's add a row for one that I have not fought yet. Because I think that might be from the GBA version of the game. This green one right here. Okay, so. Oh, this guy. This spider guy. I remember being frustrated with this boss fight, but not in a bad way. I think he's really fun. It just takes some careful and precision timing. I think he deserves to go in the B tier. This boss fight, also very much a B tier. Using Engard is so fun. Engard has always been one of my favorite animal buddies because I originally played Donkey Kong 64, and he's very useful in that game. It's a very unique boss fight, taking out the urchins on the side and then going in for the kill. It's just a pretty unique, all the boss fights in number 3 are super unique, and they're kind of the highlight of the game. I love that fight, and it's a pretty fun fight. The King K. Rool fight, I'd say it's on par with number 2's fight. It has a unique mechanic with like the electrical stuff going on down below, and trying to land those barrels precisely on his engine pack in the back is pretty fun. I haven't fought the second version of him yet because I haven't unlocked the game's true ending, unfortunately, but I do find him to be a pretty fun boss. I really do. Belcha, I don't know what it is. Belcha's just fun. Something about the idea of just trying to get a giant barrel to go from the left side to the right side is just so fun. Maybe I'm crazy, I'm probably crazy, but it's just a fun boss fight. Landing those barrels with precision, getting him back. I know it's the first fight of the game, but this is the first fight done right. It's not too challenging so that way you can't do it, but it isn't exactly like piece of cake easy, and it takes a second to realize what you're supposed to do with him. It's just a great boss fight, and another great boss fight is Bleak. Bleak is fun. The 3D element of fighting Bleak is something that we've almost never seen in a Donkey Kong Country game, except for like Tropical Freeze's final boss. We've rarely, if ever, seen 3D elements implemented into a boss fight, and the fact that they did it on the third game, which was on the SNES, that's impressive. Not only that, but it plays really well, and it's super fun trying to out snowball him. Like, I just like this fight. It's a good fight. Chaos's fight is I'd say a solid A. I liked this fight. It's not mega original, but it's a good fight. And the fact that it turns out to be, you know, spoilers, turns out to be, you know, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong in the end, just kind of adds another cool element of mystery to it. He's the main villain of the third game, even though he's actually not. But it's just a cool boss fight. Chaos is a cool boss fight. This one, I don't even know where that comes from. That might be the GBA fight. Maybe it's in a different world that I haven't played yet. So yeah, that's there. Thinking. Okay, yeah, yes. What's his name? Squirt? Is it Squirt? This guy is awful. I hate him so much. After a game of amazing boss fights, this guy came in and crashed the party. Ellie does not control well as it is. On top of that, you have to dodge his ridiculous rotating water, and then work your way around these extremely hard to land on platforms. I had to fight that guy so many times. Oh, I don't like Squirt very much. He's just very frustrating of a boss. He's not too hard once you figure him out, but jeez, figuring him out is the part that isn't very fun. But anyways, all in all, I wish that I could combine these all into one list. Maybe I'll do that someday. But I hope that you guys enjoyed. I personally really love Donkey Kong Country as a whole trilogy, and there isn't a single boss fight that, well, except for pretty much Squirt, if I'm being honest, that I genuinely dislike. They all have really great elements, really unique design, which is one of the things that separates Donkey Kong Country from traditional platformers, is that it has really unique design just consistently throughout the entire series, and the bosses are no exception to that. Every single one of these games, and I know that I kind of dissed hard on the first game's bosses, but they're all still really solid bosses, especially for what they're meant to do. It's just a good game. And if you've never played the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, I advise you, get Nintendo Switch Online and play them, because they're really fun, and the bosses are one of the greatest elements of the game, which cannot be said for like Mario, for example. Mario's bosses are all generic and boring, whereas the bosses in Donkey Kong, all three of the original trilogy and the later games, are just super fun and super unique. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.